reconnecting.
Just want to clarify, this PPO say Cyrene is a racist unit because she bridges V3 to V4. So Ace and Fugue are the same who bridge Braid to V3.
Okay. Fugue is different. People are biased to Fugue. You know why? Because Fugue never explicitly said she only buffed your version 2 units. So theoretically speaking, if version 4 they release another super unit, you'll be like, oh shit, Fugue can buff a version 4 super unit. Even though, for our entire version 3, we have never gotten a single super break DPS. Ever. It's just that Cyrene had the unfortunate truth of like, they made it like more obvious, right? But like, a lot of these old versions, you literally, once they move on from the archetype, they're just basically done, right? And if they want to make that older DPS stronger, maybe they release like a secondary support or whatever to make them even stronger. But generally speaking, once that the shelf life is done, it's done. It's just that Cyrene is like more black and white for people. So yeah, that's what I do. Also, yeah, Bobby Wobby, car. Okay. For car with Cyrene, I've also tried. She works because Cyrene's buff on car is actually really, really good. It's really, really good. But the unfortunate truth is, right, car doesn't really work well with like the main archetypes in version 3. And like Cyrene's role is to not buff car. It is to buff your version 3 DPS alongside whatever they're running with. So you just take a look at any version 3 main DPS right now, right? Which is mainly Casters, Aglea, Maide, Phynon, Anexa. Mainly these 5, right? Mainly these 5. Highest is kind of whatevs. So like, if you were to run Cyrene with car on any of these DPS, you don't need car in those teams. Like, you don't need car in Casters, you don't need car in Phynon, you don't need car in Anexa. Like, you don't need car in any of these DPS. Like, it could work, but it's always like either a side grade or a small downgrade for car herself. Which is why I think like car as a unit, I said it like since way back in like her early access, she was not a unit meant to buff version 3. Car was like the unit they made to buff version 2. So people ran car with Face Yao Aircraft. Usually it's Face Yao Aircraft. Sometimes Archer, but usually it's like these 3. That's older units. So it is not to create a alternative way to make V3 stronger. It is to bring up the bridge. Like, car is the bridge. Car is the bridge for your version 2 and version 3. So even though she's like a Chrysos hair, her role is really not really part of the Chrysos hairs. And Cyrene is like kind of racist for her as well. Yeah. But the buffs are good. It's just that car itself as a unit, it just doesn't fit well with the main DPSs. So yeah. The buff is really, really good. The buff is really, really good. My last 饺子. Yo, kickers. I love Yao, but unfortunately today it does appear that kicker is dead. I actually had no idea why. It keeps saying reconnecting. Oh. Let me stop here. See if I can restart for you. Yo, no doggy.
I'm a collector, but I'm willing to skip some characters. So I have almost every character. The characters I'm missing are Argendi, Maide, and Jayokyu. Should I grab Maide?
I mean, you're a collector, right? Why are you asking me as a collector if you should collect something? Just collect, bro. The collector. 5% true damage execution. Yep, just collect. Collect them all. Collect them all. Wait, let me try to bring up kick. Let me try to bring up kick. The collect. Nah, kick is dead, guys. It keeps saying reconnecting. Yeah, it keeps saying reconnecting, bro. I think it might just be sir. Yo, kickers. Kickers. Y'all are dead today. I will see y'all tomorrow. Come Twitch or YouTube. Wah. Okay, yeah. I don't know why Kick is like this today. Because no one else have any other issue. Alright. And I definitely fixed my internet because I have not went out for like Twitch and YouTube like a single time. So I want to. How far is Cyrene check? Okay. Every single team that tested Cyrene with, you get an ultimate in wave 1. Yep. I don't know where the notion came from where she never gets an ultimate. You have to wait for like 10,000 years. You literally always get it in wave 1. Maybe they didn't run her 200 speed, or maybe they just gave her like default ready so they didn't. It just doesn't work, right? Every single team, as long as you're high seed. As long as you're high seed. if you didn't have higher scene, then Kanina is a fucking pain. Yes, is legit a fucking pain. Yes, yeah. I think that the biggest niche thing about Cyrene is not even like is she like a Casuar's buffer or like Evernight buffer or like Mighty or whatever? Is that she just really wants higher scene. She wants higher scene to a similar degree of Casuar's one. Okay, maybe a little bit lesser because you can technically run sustainless. You can run sustainless Cyrene, but well, she really wants higher scene. We're going for like a sustain run, so that's gonna be them. Okay, chat. I've yapped on enough. Okay, you know what? Y'all want to be Paris? Okay, I'll just answer chat a little bit because I know y'all have a lot of burning questions, right? I also have a lot of burning questions because I can't wait to play this unit. So, I will do a little bit more and then I'll go in the database, right? Yeah, I'll go into it. It's always high. It is always high. So really being raised is just new mechanics, not even that new. Bro, units in HSR. Wait, hold on. Okay, don't clip this out of context, but everyone is racist, right? To a certain extent, everybody on the fucking game, they're all racist. Like, there is not a single unit that you can say is not racist because after their initial version, right, after their initial archetype, they will always have this one best in slot team. There's always that one best in slot team. So you can't say every single support has to be like the best for like every single unit that comes on HSR. It doesn't work that way, right? Like even like for your general released supports, like your Ranmei back in those days, right? She was racist for Super Break. Could you use Ranmei in dual DPS or hypercarry? Maybe. But she was racist for Super Break because she really liked being Super Break. Babin, could you use her for any of the crit DPS hypercarry? You can. But she's also racist for follow-up attack teams, right? And at the same thing for Jiaozhou, same thing for Phil. Trippy is probably the least racist. Yeah, Trippy is probably the least racist, but it is not really judged because of Trippy. It's just that the environment that we have seen in version 3, they all favor Trippy plus higher scene. So, like, Trippy plus higher scene is the least racist person. But that thing goes away the moment you go into version 4, where the environment no longer tailor themselves towards Trippy, especially a E1 Trippy, right? I would dare say, from what I've seen, right? From what I've seen, E0 Trippy, she does not even come close to Cyrene. Like E0 to E0, it is not a topic of discussion. It is mainly E1 Trippy versus Cyrene, which I'm still working on as of right now. I finished testing one team. Before I started stream today, I finished testing one team, which is E1 Trippy versus E0 Cyrene. It was with Anexa. And I didn't test it on this current buff. I tested it in the next MOC boss. For both runs with Anexa, so I tested Anexa, Higher Scene, Ceredra. So these three are caught, right? These three are fixed. Then I tested one with E0 Cyrene. I tested one with E1 Teep. And I tested one with E0 Sunday, right? Cyrene is just better. She really is just better. So even though Cyrene could not get that wave 1, that first cycle clear, neither could 3B nor Sunday. E1 3, by the way. And I feel like that is like a huge fucking thing to like people that just casuals don't understand. The more HP inflates in HSR, right? Which is bound to happen, right? Have you guys seen the next MOC boss HP? The more each wave's HP inflates in HSR, the less likely are you gonna be zero cycling wave 1 in order to get an actual zero cycle. It's just a matter of fact, right? So I think nowadays people are so caught up on the fact that if you can't clear wave 1 in zero cycle, it is a bad team. But eventually it's gonna get to the point where no matter how hard you try, doesn't matter if your support is like front loader, back loader, whatever, no matter how much energy, 4-piece ego, Volwek, HP is gonna go to a point where you can no longer zero cycle wave 1. At E0, right? You can no longer zero cycle. And at that point, that is when you will start to see Cyrene's damage buffs a lot more frequently, because from wave 1 onwards, the moment Cyrene gets her ultimate, she will instantly catch up to all the damage that you missed out in that very first wave. She is the definition of being late to puberty, right? Cyrene just hit her puberty like super late, but the moment she hits her puberty, it's like, oh my god, she pops the fuck off, bro. Which is why it was the best example I've seen where I was pleasantly surprised that with, okay, at first it was with Anexa. I haven't tested out Casual's final on that, but with Anexa, that getting the E0 Cyrene is a very, very obvious upgrade. Oh, also before the next MOC12, it's single target. So, yep. Maybe that might be why E1 Tribute was like not really cooking, because it was single target. Which, isn't that like interesting? Like, people keep saying that E1 Tribute is like the god, right? You can never ever replace E1 Tribute. E1 Tribute is irreplaceable. Because this we have literally not gotten a single target content in like 10,000 years for MOC 12, A-Bot 4, or Pure Version 4, right? And the moment it goes into a single target, that niche comes off like so quickly. It was such a noticeable difference running E1 Tribute and Cyrene the moment it gets there. And it's not a question of like, will it, but when. Because I swear that shit is happening, bro. It is like trying to ramp up. So like, if you are gonna be saying E1 Tribute's value right now is that she can work with every single endgame content, it's fair. Because we're talking about version 3, right? It's like you can't just look back into the past like, okay, yep, she worked with everything. Because you can't see the future. You don't know what the future endgame content is gonna be like. And when the future endgame content comes out, and it's gonna be whatever it's gonna be, that's when you realize that, oh shit, E1 Tribute is probably not as god tier as she is, right? She is a little bit racist. Yeah, E1 Tribute is racist towards AOE environment. If she gets hit with the single target, it's like, oh my god, bro. It is gonna be a little bit rough. Okay, chat. I enjoy y'all to have a very nice little discussion. Bro, Wednesday we're gonna yap all day. Bro, we're gonna yap. Or the moment Wednesday comes, I'll spend the whole stream just yapping with y'all about Cyrene. Because I think this unit brings up, it's not just specific for Cyrene, but she represents the difference of mindset of players in HSR. Is that you have one camp where the players will be like, okay, this unit, it has to be generalist. It has to be future-proof. And if it doesn't tick these boxes, there's no value in them because in the future, they're going to get power creep. And then you can see that this whole worldview, right? The way that they see HSR as a game, it doesn't hold up because there is never really like a single archetype that is best in slot performing for any version. Is that they work, right? Like even now, version 1, okay, maybe version 1 with the rework, but version 2 team like Aircron, Phase House to break, they still work, right? They work, but they are not best in slot because the best in slot is always going to be version 3. And they work because you got their vertical investments. You got their Fuke. You got their, you got a car, right? You got a Jiao Qiu. You got their relative sustain, whatever. So, this exact same sentiment is also going to happen for version 4. Like, okay, we don't even need Cyrene to be part of the equation. Would you not agree that by the time version 4 comes out, your version 3 is gonna be worse? Agree or disagree? The moment the brand new archetype comes out, your older archetype will no longer be best in slot. Whether or not you pull Cyrene, don't pull Cyrene, whether they design Cyrene as a unit, whether she even exists, it will never change that. Because whenever a new version comes, there will be a new archetype. No amount of like, how they design her kit will change the direction they want to go for version 4, version 5, version 6, and whatever version it's going to be. It's like Cyrene's existence, it didn't make version 3 worse for version 4. Version 3 is going to be worse for version 4 with or without Cyrene, right? You can't dispute it. So what she does right now, like what she is doing to version 3 is that, okay, this is like one last unit that they're going to add to the version 3 edition in terms of a vertical upgrade. You want to take it? Sure. If you don't want to take it, fine. You want to stay on version 4? That's completely fine. But if you are only skipping Cyrene because she can't future-proof against version 4, none of the older versions were ever best in slot for version 4. If anything, she does make your version 3 team more future-proof because she basically makes everyone stronger, right? She basically makes everyone stronger. And like, it is a huge misinformation for building that Cyrene is not even an upgrade, where she really is. She literally is an upgrade. If you want to hate her for being a racist, fine. Because she doesn't work for version 4 units. But no other versions have a similar level of synergy with version 4 as well. Even if you say, let's just say, right, even if you talk about a generalist support like Robin, right? When Robin was a super generalist, you ran her everywhere in version 2. You ran at whatever crit DPS, whatever it's gonna be, you always ran Bobbin, right? Bobbin was everywhere. And then the version 3 generalist Tribi came out. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's always gonna be something else better when the next version comes. So when the version 4 Tribi comes, when a version 4 Sumeri comes, when a version 4 they're all gonna come anyways. Everyone is coming, right? Everyone's coming. So it's ultimately just dependent on like you as a player. Do you think this will change the way? Okay, do you think this will change the way they are gonna be playing endgame content with or without Cyrene? All right, so that's pretty much gonna be it. That's pretty much gonna be it. Wait, hold up. Let me get some water. You have cooled your last cool, my man.